Hey guys, so today you're going to be taking another look at answering essential questions by using multiple pieces of evidence in your reading. If you remember Monday, we did this with a UNICEF article where we were talking about how UNICEF has helped girls achieve equality in education in other countries. Today you're going to be taking a look at an article that is talking about the graveyard of the Atlantic. Your essential question for today is, why is North Carolina nicknamed the graveyard of the Atlantic? So I'm going to give you a little example here. I have read the introduction of the article, and I'm not going to read that to you now, but you certainly will want to read that before you begin this assignment. So I've read the introduction of the article, and I have completed a circle map on the introduction. So if you look at my circle map, I have the essential question, why is North Carolina nicknamed Graveyard of the Atlantic? And then I pulled out 3 supporting pieces of evidence to answer my question. Great number of ships that wrecked there, geography, climate, and human activity. I'm sure I'll find out more about that in my other parts of the article. In colonial times, mariners had to rely on hand-drawn maps, descriptions of the coastline, I'm sure by word of mouth, and their own experience. So all of that supports why North Carolina is nicknamed Graveyard of the Atlantic. So I'm gathering my evidence as I read. Now, you are going to have a template that I've made for you and put in Google Classroom, which we'll go over in just a second. You have a template that I've made for you to put your pieces of evidence in as you read each part of the article. So let me show you really quickly how you can edit this circle. So this is actually a drawing in Google Docs, and you will be doing some of those later on. So this is a good test run for you. When you come to the picture or the drawing, you see you have your 4-sided arrow. If you just double click on the picture, it'll bring up the drawing for you. This is where you edit the drawing. Now what you're going to want to do is click and insert a text box when you want to. Oh, I have some technical difficulties. Okay, so you'll want to insert a text box when you are putting your evidence in. So you'll click the text box and make a box wherever you want to put your text. Okay, now I used bullets for my different pieces of text. That's up to you. I recommend it to keep things organized. Remember, you can always drop down this more in the toolbar to change the size of your font, which is nice because you'll probably have a couple of things to put in there. You don't want to type humongous and things be one on top of the other. Please don't use anything except for Arial and Times New Roman. Otherwise, we get into all this fancy fonts that are hard to read. So Arial or Times New Roman, nothing bigger than 14. I would really prefer you stick with 12. If you have a lot, you may even want to bump down to 10. So you'll just have to decide on that as you go. After you've done your text boxes on all of your different sections, or even if you're not done, suppose time runs short and you're just not done, make sure you click Save and Close. If you don't, then your information that you do on the drawing will be lost. So you must click Save and Close. And if you go back to the article and scroll down, you'll see the different pieces here that are listed on your circle map, okay? So that's where you're reading from. Now let's take a look at where this is in Google Classroom. So I've put the question, the essential question here with your circle map. So you have a link to the article and you have your circle map that you're going to start filling out. When you're done with that, what you're going to want to do is keep your circle map open in another tab. And you're going to want to also open your Comprehension Toolkit Lesson 3, Read, Write, Think Essential Questions. You're going to want to open that and form your answer to the essential question for this article. So just like we did with the UNICEF article, except for we highlighted and then made our answer from our highlighted pieces of evidence, this time you're taking the evidence you're putting on the circle map and you're then developing your answer from that. Remember that we have high expectations for how we answer. We want complete sentences, and we want to do a full descriptive answer for our essential question. Now, when you finish your bubble map, you're going to want to mark complete on that assignment. On this assignment here, mark complete. However, on your Comprehension Toolkit Lesson 3, you are not complete with that. You have another article to do, which we are going to do when I get back. So do not mark complete on that. You are not done with that assignment. Okay? All right, I think that is it. I think you have the gist of what you're supposed to do. I can't wait to see what you come up with. Oh, there is one more thing. I'm sorry. So I'll go ahead and open this for you. On your Comprehension Toolkit Lesson 3 Essential Questions, where you're actually going to put your written answer, you have an extension to research question that I've put here for you. So if you finish up all of this, I thought it might be interesting for you to research, why is North Carolina nicknamed the Tar Heel State? So North Carolina has a couple of nicknames, and one being the Tar Heel State. So if you are finished with everything and have written your well-developed answer with evidence, you can take a look at that, do some researching on your own. I would like to see who gets into that and see if they can tell us why North Carolina indeed is nicknamed the Tar Heel State. Just wanted to show you that really quickly. All right, that is all.